All right. Hi, everyone. I am Tasha. I'm a research scientist at University of Maryland, and I wanted to just give you a quick overview of the NASA CNES Surface Water and Ocean Topography mission that was launched in 2022, and just kind of how it is in the process of is already kind of a game changer for um, oceanography, for hydrology, and also for cryospheric like ice applications. Um, The SWOT mission was originally launched to be able to measure ocean and uh, water, like other water surface topographies. So we can get at like reservoir changes on land. We can look at ocean features. Um, it's a radar altimeter, so it can measure topography no matter what like the weather is like. So it's cloud agnostic. It has two different resolutions that it captures at. One is normally across like the entire globe. It captures at 250-meter resolution. That's the LR, low resolution. And then HR can capture up to 10-meter spatial resolution. The products that we commonly use, the raster product, is at 100-meter spatial resolution. But you can see kind of this image here. Ocean topography has, in the past been measured at about 100-kilometer spatial resolution generally over the past few decades. And so you can imagine that being able to capture observations at 250-meter spatial resolution really changes what sort of features you can see in the ocean. The height error is less than a centimeter over a 1 kilometer ocean pixel. So they're finding that it's actually really hard to ground truth and validate this satellite because it's more accurate than most of the validation methods that they can use. So that's been really fun and interesting. This satellite's just incredible in terms of the observations it makes. Um, and we've done some work in Antarctica, and it shows really great agreement with ISAT-2 over land ice. So it is also really good for ice observations where you get good observations. Some of the work that we've done, I'm one of the co-leads for the Cryosphere Working Group. Before we started about a year ago in the Cryosphere Working Group, the mission was really only ocean and hydrology facing. So the top right corner, the red is where we get low resolution observations, but there were no high resolution observations over Antarctica. And so the Cryosphere Working Group worked to get these blue areas captured in high resolution. And the high resolution data is looking is really focused on more of hydrology applications. And so they do a better treatment of the DEM and get better heights for things that are far away from the ocean surface, like land ice. So ocean surfaces should be good in low resolution, but anything else is much better captured in high resolution data. And the low resolution data you can see down here on the right over the ocean, it's pretty nice. We don't have a great mean sea surface at the moment near the coastline, and so that's been problematic. Away from the coastline, it's still really nice over the ocean, so you can get really good high observations. But you can see there's like some blue and dark red kind of switching, some different places where there's really bad data. And that's mostly because the processing at the moment isn't ideal for anything near land ice. So we're working on improving this data processing. And then over here in the bottom left, that's just showing some flow lines that we've calculated. They're not because the mean sea surface and everything isn't correct, the flow lines aren't like absolutely perfect. There's anomalies associated with the land ice around the edges, but I put that over Landsat thermal infrared, so you can see that there's some alignment between some of the flow lines and an eddy or gyre that we see in this area. So yeah, so there's some really exciting work that we can do. Processing is improving on the data for the cryosphere. Uh, yeah, so that's it for SWOT.